to start. We started Energise in September, so we opened up thinking we could basically just open up and slowly but surely we'll get bikes dribbling in, and we'll start turning it around. It wasn't the case, unfortunately. We have now recycled. We've took in, on the last count that we did, which is the end of last month, over 800 bikes have come through our doors, which were destined for recycling centres. They were destined for landfill, and we've donated to the local Seacombe, Wallasey area, 300 plus. That's without the bike sales that we've done as well. So you can see we do turn right a lot of bikes around. We've currently now got sitting in the warehouse 500 bikes, which we need to turn around. And every day we have bikes coming through the door. So you can see how much really was going just in our area to recycling centres. And unfortunately, 80% of them end up in a scrap pile, which is an absolute sin, because most of them just need a pump and tyres, a bit of a lube, bit of a clean. And as I said earlier on, it was basically down to people not maintaining them or just outgrowing them and just going out and taking the easy option of just going out and buying a bike. Whereas, you look after your bike, it'll last you a lifetime. I've got bikes there in the warehouse which were made in 1960 and they're still rideable now, so it never ever outlives. Obviously you've got to renew the bits, but they never ever lose the date. It's just people want to get with the times, they want to get up to date, and yeah, technology does move down and the bikes are more advanced, but you still have two wheels, you still have pedals, they still have a chain, they still get you from A to B. So, it still does exactly what it says on the tin. But, if we can get out of this cycle of throwing things in the bin, which we, especially in Great Britain, is really, really a bad habit we've got. I mean, obviously I worked in Switzerland and I've worked in several other countries. The amount of bikes which are sat outside train stations, especially like to Switzerland, I could show you pictures of easily 1,000 bikes what commuters use to go to work on in the city centre. You go to any of our train stations, I bet you can count on one hand how many bikes are there, but the car park will be full. And this is what, obviously we can't get everyone to go on a cycle, but fuel's getting really expensive, the cost of living's getting really expensive, and if we can help in not just in that little bit of getting people back in the saddle, getting places for free, getting your mental health better, and obviously your fitness as well, it makes a massive difference. There's nothing better than going out on your bike on a sunny day in lovely surroundings and stopping for a picnic. You can't do that in a car. You can't go down the prom in your car. You can it's so accessible on your bike, and that's what we want to get the word out, is to people to basically get back on your bike again. Times are hard. If we can help you get a bike, come see us, we'll help you. That's what we do. But it's not just about the bike recycling that we do at Energise. We do a number of other projects as well. We've literally just started. This is our second project that we're going to be running into, where we do a project on antisocial youth. So obviously we have antisocial youths. Every area's got them. So we started a project with the police where we took 10 antisocial youths off the street who were nominated for crimes, or they were singled out for county line drugs and stuff like that. And basically they come in, we trained 6 police officers to work with us. We got 10 bikes off the bike store, property store of Merseyside Police, and they come with us for 6 weeks. We taught them basic bike maintenance, but they also got talks on knife crime. They got talks on domestic violence, county lines drugs, bike safety because of the e-bike pandemic we've got now, with the getting chipped and, you know, kids are really unsafe. Then we took them mountain biking on the bikes they repaired. And the difference over the 6-week period we had with these guys was absolutely phenomenal. You know, they come in with a little bit of an attitude on week 1. They had the hoods up, the balaclavas. By week 5, we had none of that. And, you know, they didn't get mollycoddled. They were taught what to do. They were told to pick up the litter after them, you know, and we have done a bit of job support as well. So we partner with a company called My MCT, who basically come in, offered them CV writing courses in local colleges. So obviously they kept to that, and they kept the bikes at the end of it, because these bikes were quite high-end bikes as well that we had. But I think it was more of the pride of that these guys actually did something, and they weren't put down in any sort of way. They were actually congratulated at the end of it, and they've never had that. All they seem to be getting is just put downs and getting in trouble, because there's nothing for them to do half the time, and obviously they just follow suit. But off the back of this, we've had 2 lads actually enrolled to college on that as well. So, you know, and a couple of the lads come and volunteer now, just repairing the bikes with us at the weekend. So it was a massive, it was a bit of a trial, a bit of a pilot project, but it seems to have worked. So hopefully it's going to pick up a little bit of tracks. Obviously, everything's down to funding. So, you know, we need to get the funding done, but we can open massive opportunities for youth, you know. We also do a bike skills project where we can go to the school and we do basically the bike ability. We'll get them a little bit earlier, because what we found, obviously I've done bike ability instructing for myself a while back, and what I've found is I've got a lot of teenagers who are not confident going on the road, yet they're forced to go to do the bike ability to be trained to go on the road. Whereas if we can get in the junior schools now, do fun games with them, but all cycle orientated, it learns them a little bit more confidence in it and safety environment, and also it's fun and they enjoy doing it, you know. And the sessions we run, you know, they absolutely love doing it. And we were in one school, they had a reptile show, and none of the kids wanted to go to the reptile show. They wanted to stay outside doing the bikes. So, you know, and kids love bringing the bikes to school. So, you know, that's another one that we do. We do obviously the Dr. Bikes at events. So we'll turn up with the mobile workshop and we'll fix bikes for free. You know, you'll come up with your bike. If we can fix it there, we'll fix it. We're doing the Wirral Bikeathon on Sunday as well. So that's another part of what we do. I'm trying to think what else we do. Yeah. So we've literally just started. Obviously, what we found as well is cycling's expensive, and even the clothes are expensive. So one of the initiatives, what we're trying to do now is obviously recycle our bikes, but we're trying to recycle the cycle clothing now, because if you come to me and I can give you a bike, what better than if you get a decent bike and you want to go cycling, if I give you the cycling kit and I give you a decent helmet and gloves, and you haven't got to go out and buy anything and you're away, you know, and then it's down to you to build the passion. We've gone to a local bike parks and they are really, really keen on the bit of getting, maybe if someone buys a t-shirt or a bit of cycling clothing, to recycle something back. So that's one of the ones that we're trying to get up and running at the moment. I have got drawers and drawers and drawers and drawers of cycle equipment which I can give away for free, and it's no good me having it sat in a drawer. I'd rather give it to someone who's going to use it. So, you know, some of the cycle equipment, I mean, even down to jerseys and shorts, you could be talking £50 plus for some of them. I've got them sat there in a drawer, which I'll give you for free. And is not better.
Tags.
Yeah, and I've got stuff, brand spanking new stuff with tags on, which I'll give away for nothing, because there's nothing greater for me and Hall than to see someone come in and walk out with a smile on the face and know that they're gonna go cycling. And the amount of times where we do this and people pop up 2-3 weeks later and say, do you know what, it's absolutely changed my life. I actually get somewhere a lot quicker now, and I feel great, and I do this, you know. So that's another one of the initiatives we do. But obviously down to mental health as well. I've suffered a lot with my mental health a long time ago. I won't go into it, but one of my attributes was getting out cycling. Now, we do a number of mental health rides where we don't mind, and we do them with Spider Project. It's been a massive hit, and you ask these guys how they feel after a bike ride out of 10, I bet you most of them, 90% will say 9 or 10, because they've got out, they've exercised, and they've actually just talked to somebody on a bike ride. We started the Spider Project one last October, Hall, wasn't it? That was with 2 people. I've now got 20 people turning up for a ride some days, you know, and they absolutely love it. And it's just getting around the mental health aspect is so important for us as well, especially for me, because I think exercise is certainly one of the ways that we can obviously get your mindset put in a little bit of a better place. And as I say, the surroundings we've got, even in Liverpool, you know, going down the front of the school prom, round the Liverpool Liver buildings on your bike, you know, it's great and a lovely day. You know, it's absolutely fantastic. So obviously I've come on here to spread the word, and that's what I'm trying to do. So, you know, thanks for your time. And, you know, if you can spread the word, and anyone who needs any help or assistance or needs anything or wants to donate, just either ask Margaret. I'm sure Margaret's got our details, you know, and reach out to us, or even better, come and see us. The door's always open. You know, we'll never ever stop anybody coming to the site, you know, even if it's just to pop in and say hello and see how we're going. Kettle's always on, cold drinks are always in the fridge. That's what we do. So thanks for listening, guys. Any questions, please fire away. I hope you recorded that, Margaret.
Before I stop recording, Joe, do you want to show the slides that you've got?
Yeah, I mean, these are just, I think you've got them, haven't you? And I'll just explain them.
Can people see those? Can you see it?
Yeah,
I can see them.
So this is the, yeah, do you want to just talk about them, Joe?
Yeah, obviously I've spoke to you about the rides before. So obviously we don't just do rides just for the mental health, we do rides for the community as well. So our bike rides are not based on like peloton rides, and this is, I think, when we say to people about the bike rides, they sort of like get a little bit scared and go, oh, but ours are not like that. We literally go for the bike ride, and it's got to have cake and coffee involved, or cake and tea. Otherwise, we don't go for the bike ride. So that's the one. So, you know, this is what we aim at, you know, and I put the GPS on, and when we get back, I'll say, guys, you know, we cycled 12 miles there. And they're like, really? And you're like, yeah, it was a breeze, wasn't it? And they're like, oh yeah. Next time you go out, they say, where did we go? How many miles? And you say, well, we done 14. And they're like, they're like, oh, can we just go that little bit further? Can we just go that little bit further? And we find that all the time. I mean, when we did the spider rides, we were doing 5 miles. We're doing 30, 35 plus now on some of the rides with some of the guys. We actually did a suicide prevention ride. There was 60 of us in September, and we did 34 miles for suicide prevention. And we've actually got that coming up again this year, and that's with Spider Project. So anybody can join on that. It's not just Spider Project. It'll be out on our socials. So please keep an eye out for that, and join any of our rides. You know, anybody's more than welcome. You don't have to join us as a club or be a participant. Just come down and join in. That's all we want you to do. And it's great. And that's not just for, it's for families, children, anybody.